Hey, it's Todd Ault. What episode is this, Skyla?
153.
153.
Right? Oh, 52.
52.
My bad.
Skyla.
Yeah.
My
Hey,
bad.
I'll be 52 on December 8th, by the way. Those of you who care, like my wife. It is, let's see here. I don't understand. What is the problem here? Let's see.
11/22.
Yeah, for sure.
It's the 22nd.
Monday Fun Day.
11/22, 2021. The Monday before Thanksgiving. It was a eventful morning, to say the least, right?
For sure.
We, let's see, what do we do today?
Woke up early.
We woke up early
Came here.
and we
That's
talked
assuming you
about
went
the
to sleep.
breakup of DPW.
Yeah.
You know, many people said I was too arrogant to change the name from Alt Global to something else. Mm-hmm. I think those people were proven wrong today because we are changing the name of DPW / Alt Global Holdings to BitNile Holdings. And we're spinning out all those private equity assets, the holding company, and we're giving 100% of it, of what we own, which right now is 100%, to shareholders in a special dividend.
Yes.
What do you think of that?
I don't think they grasp that.
They don't know. But they do create opportunities.
Yeah, for sure.
So when you I can't comment.
No.
But whatever. It is what it is. This is the market. That's what makes a market. But it is what it is.
It could have been an opportunity, many opportunities today with a lot of stocks under pressure.
Let's cover the market real quick because
Yeah.
I felt like today was the worst market day I have seen
Yeah.
in a long time. It was, the market was up, but it was the eerily positions were really getting smacked pretty hard.
The small caps could not get any traction today.
They could not get out of their own way, and
Crypto
I saw it
stocks.
pretty badly.
Yeah. So
but
let's
cover the market because the Dow was actually up.
Yeah, the Dow.
But the Nasdaq
Yep.
got walloped, which
Yeah.
I'm completely confused about. But let's go.
Well, some value plays in the Dow was finished 35,619 plus 17. The Nasdaq though it was down 200 points, 15,854, and the S&P was down 45 to 4682. At the time coming on air, Bitcoin is 55,900, and Ethereum is 4,041. So there's been some pressure there on the crypto
Crypto's
side.
got under pressure a little bit from that 69,000 high.
Yeah,
When I think we're in Dubai
yeah,
to the lows that is now, right?
mid 50s.
Maybe it was bad timing for us to buy crypto miners.
I think 55,000.
I'm kidding. We have a long-term horizon.
It's pretty strong.
That's okay with me.
Yeah.
Let those things keep cranking. Hey, if the difficulty goes down, we mine more Bitcoin.
Yep, absolutely.
Difficulty goes up and the price is up, we're in good shape.
And our scale doesn't stop. We're going to keep putting in miners. So
Keep putting in miners
Yeah.
to make that happen for
Yep.
sure. We're going to have two companies now that are public, along with what's happening with some of the other companies. Like Alzamend is public, BitNile will be public, Alt Alliance will be public.
yeah.
MTIX is public. Hopefully they get current soon.
There's plans to do other.
Yeah, we're talking about eventually bringing Turn on Green public.
Correct.
We're talking about doing something in the public world with Aggression Worldwide.
Yeah.
Continue to watch those assets. I think book value, if you calculate it, was $3.12. We sold $200 million worth of stock at $3.81,
Yes.
and yet people want to sell it at $1.90 today. No commentary.
Yeah, no commentary.
Just,
but King, he's not CEO of. King says, "Will you be CEO of both?"
I'm not CEO of any of them. I am the executive chairman of Alt Global.
Yeah.
I am the chairman emeritus. I have no actual position anymore with Alzamend. I am simply the largest shareholder physically, like by size, and by number of shares. Ha ha ha. What companies will you be chairman of? I don't know yet all that, but I know I'm chairman and CEO of Alton Company, the private company that owns a lot of this stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm actually the happiest I've been in years,
Yeah.
but sad to see the price go down.
It's quite interesting.
Oh, but it creates opportunity. We'll see.
yeah.
The market was strange today, and I mean, I saw some wallop positions. Alzamend down, MRAI down, SSNT down, VRPX down, AESE down, FRD, which reports stellar results, down killed today.
Yeah, low volume.
Steel company, we're the largest shareholder, down. Even HUSA reversed down. I mean, it was a bloodbath today. What was up for us today? The short, we had the SQQs on. That was up. That went our direction.
Yep.
BIVI were long. That went our direction. We had some preferreds. All those interest rate plays went our direction. Now, you think that's because 4 more years?
Powell.
Perfect.
The
4 more years of let's print all that currency.
oh my
You'd
god.
think the Bitcoin would have rallied today.
Gold and silver got smashed in the face too. Spot gold was down $45.
How does it make any sense?
It makes no sense. Inflation.
Jerome
is-
Powell, who I think is doing a great job, is in a predicament. Jason, why don't you walk the audience through just the idea of what it would be like to raise rates on the U.S.? What kind of deficit would that add to the short-term interest rates going higher with that $29 trillion debt we have floated out there?
Yeah, usdebtclock.org. If they just raise the Fed funds rate like a quarter of a point,
Right.
it would have a dramatic effect on the monthly interest on the debt. I don't know exactly what the number is. I
You
mean,
know what I'm smelling?
billions and billions.
Hold on. You smell that? That's conundrum.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a conundrum going
The
on.
tapering, yeah, okay.
Good luck.
Yeah, the inflation is out of control.
Wake up over there. Wake up.
What's going to happen?
Haha.
Yeah.
Jerome, you're not raising rates.
No.
Inflation's flaring up.
Bad.
It's more expensive than ever.
Yeah. I mean, what's going to happen when I'll preface that. What's going to happen if some of these markets that I'm looking at right now in real estate start to become very, very, very bubblish to the point like Boise, Idaho is one of them, just to give you an example. Shout out to your brother.
Hey, I don't want to belabor this, but I'm a really long-term investor. Never sold a single share of DPW. Have been diluted down myself, and unfortunately continue to hold on, buy more, and do whatever I can to help build value there. And eventually, it'll pay off for me. So, you guys, I'm not as short-term as everyone. A lot of people that communicate with me about what's happening today. But yeah, I know we're disappointed with the reaction.
For sure.
But I will tell you that after I bought a food maker in the 90s, after they had an E. coli scare and killed some people, 800 of them were injured and sick from E. coli, it took years for that to turn around. And ultimately, that turnaround led to Jack in the Box, which you know today, being a stellar winner. So I just learned to have a long-term appreciation for getting scale. And these are my comments today on this, and that is, if you look at the filings, which is important to understand the disclosures, the risk factors, read the deck, see what we're doing. I mean, there's tremendous leverage on Bitcoin there, tremendous leverage on the other businesses. And it is going to be what it is.
The schedule of projected revenue, I guess people don't like
They don't believe
potential
us.
hundreds of
Yeah.
millions of dollars.
Maybe
and
they don't believe us.
maybe not. I mean, the bi-monthly reporting, maybe that'll help.
Maybe that's not enough.
I mean, maybe it'll help a little bit.
Well, we're going to be reporting bi-monthly.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll feel better.
We're going to give, what day do you plan on giving some guidance?
It's always the 1st and the 15th of every month.
Yeah, for the reporting.
For sure.
Okay.
Hey, so what else do you want to cover today?
I just wanted to really talk about what happened in the market as far as the small caps go.
God, they got crushed.
And as far as like what the
crushed.
what the sentiment is for traders, not really investors, but just traders. A lot of money rotation out of the small caps, a lot of money rotation and profit taking in the crypto side.
I saw Marathon down $5.11, 9.35% today.
Yep.
They just did a $650 million financing. That stock was in the 70s.
Yes.
49 today. And I'm glad we're out of that position because actually it bounced up for us. We made a profit, a very short profit. I mean, it was like we made like 20 grand. I was out. I was very uncomfortable. I saw that Riot. Let's look at that. I'll look at Riot real quick. Riot was taken to the woodshed, I think, earlier today, too.
We've got like the EVs also, Lucid, Rivian, GGPI.
Riot down $2.73 for 7.55%, so not as bad as Mara. Mara kind of has that overhang.
Yeah.
Those people who keep asking about the ATM, we do not have a live ATM
No.
at this time. We do not have a live ATM. Hey, Travis, listen, I want to be clear with you. You're right. The convertible on Mara is $76. But let's go through a little bit of an educational process here, okay? So what they did was a convert at 30% of the market. And what you do as a share, as a holder of that, an institutional holder, let's just do the math together, okay? You short about 500. If they raise 500 million and you're the owner of that bond, you know you get an out at $76, right? If it goes down, you cover your short. So people don't really follow this, but let's try to synchronize for a second. You lend them $500 million, you sell $250 million short. So there's got to be a liquid market. They short the stock, and now they've hedged out $250 million to the downside. But they know they have a convertible at 76, or they can just get paid back the premium. But they're not forced to convert. So what ends up happening is if the stock goes down, they buy it back because they have the face value of the bond that the company has to pay back to you. And versus the other way, if they convert out of the bond, they have the upside of the rest of the bond because they have a $76 convertible price. So those converts tend to not lose money unless the company can't pay back the original note someday. So while it's $76, it's very misleading because if you own a bond that's convertible, you short against that bond. If the stock goes down, the company still owes them the 500 million and they made money on the short. If the stock goes up, they just simply convert out and they have the upside. Does everyone follow me there? Mm-hmm. Right. So convertible bond holders, the people that truly know how to do convertible arbitrage, generally don't lose money. They're smart. And they hedge out those positions in a way where they have upside and downside protection. That make sense?
Yep, totally. We've got a couple questions here I wanted to look at.
Let's go.
Matthew Love King. Will I still have all my shares in Nile once the company splits, or will my shares split in half between the two companies, or are you going to grant us same amount of shares as original position in DPW?
All right, so let's try to answer that in a different way. If you own shares of Nile today, at DPW, you'll still own your shares of DPW. The name will change to Nile, BitNile Holdings, and the symbol will change to Nile. And when we dividend out what is owned of Ault Alliance, it'll be sent to those same shareholders in a pro rata basis. So however many shares there are will be distributed to the shareholders of what you know as Ault Global today.
Is it fair to say that it would be similar to Form 10 of like Torchlight did with MMAT?
I can't get into the specifics, but
Okay.
I would say that it's very similar. The dividend is 100% dividend proposal of what. So this has got to be obviously a lot of regulatory approvals.
Sure.
But if you own Nile today / DPW, you will pro rata share in all the dividends sent out to all shareholders. If you own 100 shares of Nile, when the name changes, you're still going to own 100 shares of Nile. If you own 1,000 shares of Nile and the name changes, DPW changes, you're still going to have 1,000 shares. And you're going to get a pro rata share of everything. So think of it as just a pure split. You wake up with two companies. Mm-hmm. The first one is the name change, the symbol change. That's going to happen in the next couple weeks.
Yes.
The second one is then a dividend to those shareholders of all the assets combined into one holding company. So it could be a big dividend. I mean, people haven't not done the math, and I'm not going to try to tell them otherwise. But I got a little sleep, rip and dip, a little bit.
A little bit. Galvanic asks.
Not much.
Galvanic, he says, how are you guys paying for the miners? Could that be the problem with the disappointment of the stock price?
Well, I've said very clearly that miners can be financed with equipment financing. They can be financed with preferreds and debt. We have a very strong balance sheet. This is a big balance sheet, somewhere in the $250 million range. So I think people got to put this in perspective. And there's not a lot of goodwill there. This is really assets. So just not something we're worried about. The minor purchases are not something we're worried about. We do have to disclose because we plan on doing additional financings to expand the balance sheet.
Yep.
But we have a legal obligation to say, these are subject to certain kinds of financing. But it's because we don't know what kind of financing we're going to do yet. We don't know what we're going to do. It's Thanksgiving. I
Yeah.
mean, you're not in a hurry, are you?
No,
We've already made big check payments to Bitmain.
that's a fact.
So we had, I think we reported, what did we report on the balance sheet at the end of the quarter? $99 million of cash and securities, marketable securities?
Was it 99?
Do you remember what it was?
I think it was 91 or 99. Yeah.
I mean, we're fine, guys.
Yeah.
We're doing our job
Yeah.
to manage that cash. And keep in mind, we keep getting Bitcoin every day now. I mean, we're getting Bitcoin every day.
Every day.
But I don't want to belabor DPW. This is not a show about DPW.
Yeah.
Kind of turned into that.
Well,
show.
I mean, there was just a couple of questions.
Well, that's
Just two
because
questions.
it happened today, right?
It was a transformational situation.
Transformational.
Yeah, I mean, it really,
Right.
it's a big moment in the
It's a big
company.
moment.
It
I think
is.
it's one of the most important moments. And it was the market answered it with a dud.
Yeah.
What's that? Hold on.
It was almost like a,
Hold on a second. Wait, hold on.
yeah. Sell the news. Yep. I don't know.
We don't believe you, Todd.
Yeah. It's okay.
Do you think that was or was it like this?
Consider I'm on no sleep. It was more like that.
Unstoppable!
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. It is what it is.
It's not going to stop us
Skylar,
from
what's up?
executing our plans.
Well, it's Monday. Back at work. It's cold here. It's wonderful. Like the air is crisp.
It is cold.
Yeah, it's nice. Nice. Had an early morning.
Have
But
you
it-
made a
it was
decision
good.
on Thanksgiving yet?
Yeah, I think I will be going to Lancaster.
No one purposely goes to Lancaster.
I am.
Pennsylvania.
I am purposely
Brett, what are you
going to
doing for
Lancaster.
Thanksgiving?
We are going to my sister-in-law's.
Is she in Vegas?
Yeah, she lives in the same building as Jason.
Oh, wow.
So you know who also lives in that building?
That's funny.
Hold on a second. Leonardo DiCaprio, right? Yeah.
He's got
Leonardo
one of the
DiCaprio.
original penthouses.
Wow.
Does he ever show up?
No, I haven't seen him. He had a Lambo there for a while.
But you see Pete Rose there.
Pete's there all the day. He's
And,
there. every
why,
day.
and do you have is it endless amounts of strippers in your building?
I think so.
It seems like there's a lot of good-looking people going in and out of your building.
I think there's a lot of hockey
Working-
players, football
working
players.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hockey players live there. A lot of people live there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Right.
Poker players. A lot of poker
A lot of
players.
poker players.
A lot of poker players.
You got a great view there too, right?
Yeah,
It's
it's,
a good
pretty nice.
location also.
Yeah, it's
like
very-
if
It
you
is a
wanna-
premier location.
It's very
Yeah.
easy to get around. Yeah, I'm happy with it.
Right, for sure.
What's going on here? King, what you asking me here, buddy? Do you know how that works?
Let's talk about
let's-
Lee. Hamilton did it.
Let me give King a little bit of love here. What's he asking? Question. So, okay, and he said accumulate. Neither knew what the answer is by fractional.
What are you saying?
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can just buy fractionally. Bitcoin. King's talking about buying fractionally on Bitcoin. You can set up your account with Coinbase or Binance. You can buy fractions of Bitcoin. You don't have to buy an entire
Satoshi.
Bitcoin. Yeah. If you need help with that, just let us know. We can take care of that.
Wait,
I can walk
King's
you through
asking
it.
you?
Yeah.
Strippers and poker players at the Panorama.
Yeah.
Oh, Travis is local, isn't he?
Yeah, he needs. In fact, I'm gonna reach out to him because, well, he's got a trucking company. So we got logistics. Logistically speaking,
Hey, I want to let everyone know that I believe the conference has been set up for the third week in May. It'll be 3 days. We have really great, right? The first sort of anchor speaker is it the keynote speaker?
the keynote speaker.
I can't announce it till January, but it's a big name. He's on national TV.
Is he a big guy?
He's a big guy too,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Okay.
We know that there'll be some other people there. It's going to be a great lineup, right?
Oh, it's gonna be great.
It's a great lineup. What did you think of that dinner the other night?
Yeah.
We freaked Cliff out a little bit. He's
Yeah.
like, "Oh my God, maybe there'll be too many people here."
if we get the other speaker,
Oh, who? Oh yeah, for sure.
yeah,
We're trying.
She would
She,
be.
yeah.
Yeah. What's going on here? Yahoo Finance.
What's the ex-dividend date for DPW?
That's a good question.
We don't know that yet. You have to, if you read the press release, you got to get certain approvals, and we got to file a Form 10. There's a bunch of stuff we have to do, regulatory-wise. So we don't know what the ex-dividend date is for sure. Now, there's just no way to know that.
Somebody's wants me to look at Yahoo Finance, which I haven't looked at since 1999.
Look at it for what?
Um,
Who's Kathy?
let me look at this.
In Todd we trust. Are you planning to invest again in my size? Huh, thanks, Adam. Adam. Can't answer that question. I'm in litigation with them.
What are we looking at here? Mr. Lee?
So, Sue, Kathy. Oh, Kathy from to be the keynote speaker.
Somebody's guessing.
Wow, she's on the list, that's crazy
Yeah.
that person knew that. Well,
For
that's
sure.
not that crazy, right? Oh, because we said she.
Yeah.
Wow, that would be like you were sitting in our. Wow, that was crazy.
Yeah, once it's king, it's the aggregate. Like if you just keep accumulating fractions, eventually you'll be whole on one Bitcoin.
He knows this.
I don't know what it's asking.
Rip and dip. You can buy. I've been buying fraction of Bitcoin on Coinbase for a long time. You
Yeah.
can buy a little bit. Then you can put $500 in. You can put $1 in. You can put $20 in.
Lee, look at David and Pippa's. Well, I love what people.
Hey, I would love to get anyone who listened to the call this morning.
Yeah.
I'd love to get your feedback. Any thoughts? I'll put it in the comments. Was it bad? Did I just do a poor job? Did you guys not like the description of what we talked about?
Were we not excited?
What gave you?
enough?
What gave you? What feeling did you leave from that?
Why did you have indigestion if you did?
Yeah, I really want to understand it. I mean, I just want to get your point of view on what we did. Although, you'd argue that it's pretty tied to crypto.
Well, yeah. But I mean, you'd argue that a lot of shareholders have been shown interest in the crypto space.
Yeah, we thought that that's what you'd want. So.
I mean, a lot
Whoa! AESC is moving on earnings. Did they report?
Oh.
This is important because we have a big position there. Hold on, let me
on.
check. Thank you for that tip, Team PJCT. Hold on a second.
Yeah, it's moving
earnings.
up. It's up 16%.
Nice. Well, nice. They must have said something. Look at that.
They beat Q3 by 8 cents, and they beat sales 1.7 million versus 820,000. They doubled up on sales.
We got a big position.
Dude, they
there.
doubled on what the street was expecting. So that's
Right.
good. All right. Hey, that's one solid.
That's a solid day. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, that's a big. We have a big position there too.
Yes. Okay.
Thanks for the feedback, guys. See, our audience takes care of us. We take care of them.
So that was good. That was nice of them. Cheap diamonds for sale. Huh. There's a lot of stuff on sale today. Or you could have looked across the entire small cap market and just take your pick. EV. You could have looked at EV. Any EVs were on sale. Rip and Dip's in here. He's got a nice big position in Naked, I'm assuming. So he's kind of probably excited about the EV space and the announcement they made. That's pretty cool. I know GGPI is backed by, it's a SPAC, and it's backed by Volvo.
Wow, big move.
Yeah. That's an interesting SPAC. GGPI, I've been personally
Oh, look
trading
at that. AESC is looking to deploy that $100 million in cash. They're looking for deals. Nice. Nice.
Did Vinco Ventures report?
Grab those 10...
BBIG?
I don't know what that means.
Ooh, BBIG's down.
Devon, the only thing I would like to see is the call as another executive with you, the studio in person. The call was great, very clear, bought. Thank you. Thank you. That's Devin K. I've got nothing but positive feedback on that, but it went backwards here. Attendees.
Tristan given some brutal truth.
What's Tristan saying?
Well, it's his opinion.
I feel like it takes me time for me to set sentiment around the company change. Often hear bears calling DPW a dilution machine. Well,
Okay.
we have raised a lot of money.
Yeah.
I understand that. Yeah, but Tristan, I'd like to say something about that. We may have diluted, but look at the earnings power that's been created. I mean, think about that. If you could do 300 million or even 250 million at 80-90% gross margins,
Yeah.
and then you look at the market cap, one could argue the return on investment is off the Richter scale, potentially. So I understand.
Yeah.
But I kind of did tell people we were going to do that.
Right.
I mean, we told people we're going to raise money.
I mean, we're the new kid on the block, so to speak, BitNile. So if you were to just look around the crypto ticker space and do a little bit of due diligence, you can look at other stocks and other companies and see what they're doing. And then you can see what we're doing. And then you can make an assessment for yourself. It's just all research. It's all it is.
Right.
You just put the work in. I mean, a lot of people are lazy. But
we're not calling anyone lazy. Careful.
no, a lot of people are, though. Just a general statement.
But we're not calling them lazy.
No, I'm not calling anyone lazy. Just saying it's there. It's the information is there at your fingertips. You could theoretically look at CleanSpark and just look around at Riot, Mara, Bitfury. You could look at all.
We kind of told people. But one of the reasons why we're separating is because there's this high growth opportunity for BitNile, and there's this sort of cash flow generation EBITDA model.
Right.
Sort of private equity, a la-esque, a Carlyle, never suggesting we're in their category, please. But that's sort of my mantra, to be buying businesses that generate EBITDA. And we need to get the right shareholders in each side of it. So we're trying to be very transparent with people. And I think people who just want to hate.
It's fine.
And people who want to love.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to invite people to be with us who want to be here. And if they don't want to be here, we encourage them to keep hating, because they're like my best advertisers, right?
I mean, we don't work like 20 hours, 18 hours a day for.
Let me cover that again. Those of you who watch this show, Jason worked tirelessly to help us get those minor contracts, and the relationship that we have with Frank and others that have brought us to Bitmain. And we have an amazing relationship. I don't know that I've ever flown to Dubai, first never been there until
Right.
recently, and then had them pay for me to be there
Yeah.
as their guest. And so you got to understand that this is very powerful for us. And so why you see a lot of confidence in right now is we're not worried about what's happening now.
Listen, I know what we're doing. You know.
So
that's all.
you get a lot of, so I know that people get a little panicky.
Yeah.
And then I'm all, hey, that's great, let's go. But that's because I know what's happening, right? And I try to tell everybody what's happening. If you recall, prior to the quarter, I was buying it for the hedge fund.
Yeah.
And then I had that blackout period. That blackout period's now going to be over.
Right.
I think it's over now, actually.
Yeah.
It is over now. So, listen, I'm a big believer in what we're doing, and I tend to put my weight behind it, my money where my mouth is. But we all need to be rewarded, and I don't blame shareholders for being frustrated with timing and the way it's traded and sort of misunderstandings, etc. I also don't think that people understand the volatility of the portfolio, and I think the third quarter with Ultimate going down versus up the first quarter is confusing people. Obviously, we have a lot of positions in our portfolio, and I think that separation is going to help identify that sort of internal volatility.
We have all of those businesses versus some of the other pure plays.
Sure.
Like I remember in 2019, Riot was $2, Mara was $1.50, whatever. I mean, these things.
EBITDA is like fake news. Okay. Well, most of our lenders lend on EBITDA.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyways.
Yeah, well, the bi-monthly reporting will allow people to see exactly what we're doing.
For sure.
I don't know many other companies. Maybe we shouldn't give them those good ideas. Where we
Maybe.
post,
I don't know.
We post the hash and the miners and the Bitcoin on our website. It's being pretty transparent. I mean, it is what it is.
Is there any other ideas you want to talk about in terms of what's trading?
As far as
It's kind of
no.
Do you feel like it's dead right now?
Yes,
Would you kind of are negative on the market a little
for
bit,
sure.
Right.
I thought I could get behind some of these silver and gold junior miners, and J.P. Morgan got fined again
60 million.
for silver and precious metal
60
market.
million manipulation.
That's
right?
nothing. They make $60 billion. It's crazy. They short the. Okay, I don't know this for certain. My theory is
Your thesis is
they short.
You can't prove it.
I can't prove it. Just a theory. They short the paper market, then they drive the silver spot price down, and then they scoop up all the physical and they put it in their vault. It's just my theory.
Well, that's one of the things that Michael Saylor talks about is that you create paper gold versus real underlying gold.
Yeah.
Gold is increasing at about 2% a year in terms of total surplus out there in terms of production. And Bitcoin can only go to 21 million. It'll never be any higher, right?
Silver is 800 million ounces mined per year, and demand will exceed that supply in the next couple of years because of solar, electrification of the grid. So, yeah, silver is pulled out of the Earth's crust. Only 8 ounces for every 1 ounce of gold, but the gold to silver ratio right now is like 75 to 1.
It's a really simple.
It's
a really simple process for BitNile. We believe that the premier digital asset's going to be Bitcoin. That you can't corrupt it, you can't take it. There's only a limited supply of it. It'll be the equivalent of a digital gold. If you look at gold at 10 trillion, we think that Bitcoin is going to exceed that. And so the thesis is to be long this stuff, mine it, and build something around DeFi. And we just really came to the conclusion that it had to be an independent company doing that. So we appreciate everyone's questions. We're going to get back to that tomorrow, actually Wednesday. And then we're going to have a great Thanksgiving. You're coming over for Thanksgiving.
For sure.
You are about to experience one of the best cooks in the world, and that
Yeah.
is my wife.
Oh, yeah.
You cannot imagine. Now, Skylar,
So good.
have you had Thanksgiving with us
The
before?
last like 3 years.
Oh,
in
you
a
have.
row.
Isn't it good? What
It's
am I
amazing.
thinking? What kind of stupid
Yeah.
question is that?
Last-
Yeah, that
like,
tells
for
you
most
that
of my
tells
life,
you that I
I've
need Alzheimer's new drug because
been with you
I'm
for
forgetting stuff like
Thanksgiving.
crazy, right?
Yeah.
I think it's true. I think look at my bald head. I'm losing some hair, and I'm losing my mind too. Right? That's what happens.
We better hurry up and get all these miners deployed.
Yeah, but that's another thing. People don't understand the miners are being installed as we speak.
Yeah,
too.
we're not.
This is not like some massive long-term contract.
No.
We're $300 a month until March. In March, it's $2,300 a month, and that will last for 6 more months after that. Then it's about the last $4,600.
Yeah.
So we're talking about all the miners being deployed and installed in 2022, but a ramp up. So
Big
you
ramp.
you big ramp with $300 a month till March, and then in March, $2,300 a month. Boom.
Yeah.
So you're talking about this exponential climb to sort of 25 million of Bitcoin a month. I'm pretty comfortable.
This is crazy.
Are you comfortable?
Yeah, I'm very
And we
comfortable.
actually underwrote it to much lower prices.
And we own
We didn't go crazy.
we own the data center.
Yeah, we own the data center, so we don't have to get kicked out. We can afford our own rent.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of things we learned from the first time that we didn't do, that we didn't make the same mistake the second time.
We've got miners being deployed monthly, and our contracts are all going to be through to 2022. We're theoretically supposed to have all miners
Yeah.
in the facility. So
Right. I'm very
delivered.
comfortable, and I appreciate everyone's support.
Yep.
I did want the feedback. Okay. On the call, you continue to talk about how you're using financing to fund future growth, using debt and other methods opposed to negatively affecting shareholders. Yeah, we have all options at our table. I mean, the reality is that when you have a balance sheet that's not levered, you can borrow, and so it's important when you can borrow to kind of do that. But it's also important to remember that we filed the shelf to have it available at a moment's notice if something went right.
Yep.
We had a chance to do a financing that made sense, that really strengthened the company, made it bigger. But we're not foolish. I mean, keep in mind we have our own money invested. I know, Jason, you're a big
M&M as dilution. We do not have an active ATM. M&M.
There's no active. I mean, when you say has the dilution stopped for DPW, that means you don't read the press releases because we don't have an ATM right
King. It just depends on the process. When's the deadline for holding?
We don't know that. We don't know the deadline
Yeah.
because we don't know when the dividend will take place.
Correct.
But there'll be a lot of telegraphed timing for that spinoff.
You know what's going to be exciting? Maybe like around tax time, we'll start seeing more of these miners deployed, and we'll start doing the bi-monthly updates.
Sure.
And just watching the numbers, how they come in. I'm just looking forward to that. I'm really excited about seeing these miners come in. Worked pretty hard on getting this done. So
Props to you guys for going all in on your thesis. We did, for sure. We are all in on Bitcoin. We are all in on that process. We're all in on DeFi. We bought our own data center to make sure we could control our environment. So if something happened to Bitcoin, it was down, we don't have to worry about paying the rent. We control our destiny here.
617,000 square feet.
Yeah, for sure.
You got
expandable up to 300.
Yeah, 14. I was on top of the roof. 14 acres on the roof.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yes, it's a massive.
Can we talk
facility.
about the spinoff one more time?
Yeah.
I encourage you to read the filings with the SEC. Read the deck. It'll show you that all assets that are not crypto related will be spun out in a special holding company.
Right.
So that will happen sometime next year once we get regulatory approval, et cetera. That's really important that you guys understand that caveat. We also talked about a Bitcoin dividend, which we're looking at.
Yes.
That's a little more complicated because you have to put it into a wallet, bunch of complications around that. But we're trying to be a progressive, excited company, not progressive in a negative way.
No.
But progressive in the fact that DeFi is changing the world and we want to be part of DeFi.
For sure.
Um,
Would you think? I mean, do you want to give a little commentary on like what the shareholders? It seems like it seems like maybe we're taking on a little bit of a change in how the shareholders, what type of shareholders we're going to get.
we really are hoping there are going to be two different kinds of shareholders, even though all the shareholders today in the future that own Nile/DPW will get the same instrument. So if you're a trader,
Right.
and you own DPW/Nile, and you own it on the day your X date, you're going to get shares of Alt.
Yep.
And that's not ideal for us. We're not looking for traders. We're looking for more of the buy and hold / grow with us mentality. Watch the EBITDA happen. Participate in the future. It's a tough call. You know, it's like this whole analogy of some people go to a concert, they want to see Metallica, others want to see Enya.
Yeah.
And I would say that, you know, BitNow is more to EDC crowd, and
For sure.
And Alton Company is more of a Rufus to Soul.
All right.
All right, you were right. Sorry.
You missed the concert.
And
It
that's
was
a
sad.
shout out to my daughter Miranda and her lovely mom Christy, who they're big fans of Rufus.
It's been a fun ride putting this together, though, and I look forward to keep working hard.
Jason, I want to end the conversation today with something that I asked you to do for me. I really want everyone to pay attention to this because I get accused of all the time of being fly-by-night, to finding a trend and getting on board with it. That's absolutely not true. I do find trends, but I have to really believe in it. And Jason, in 2017, I asked you to help me do something. Do you remember what that was?
Yeah, you wanted me to help you in the cryptocurrency space.
I had never met you.
Right.
We were on the phone together.
Yep.
And I said to you, Jason, it is a priority for me to build a Bitcoin mining business.
In 2017.
And will someday you help me?
Yep.
Because I thought you were really smart, your analytical mind around your betting and the way you thought, your speed of math, the understanding you had of the market back then. I flew to Florida to see you.
Yep.
We had dinner, which was, by the way, a great dinner.
Yeah.
I was a little afraid of you
Yeah, I
because
know.
you carried guns.
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
I was like, you have these guns and
Yeah.
stuff. I was like, okay, Jason, what's going on here?
Shout out to Council Oaks at the Hollywood Hard Rock.
Right.
That's a great steakhouse.
But you have been dedicated to helping me even when you weren't getting paid.
That's true.
And Jason, you've helped us buy 20,600 miners directly from Bitmain.
Yeah.
You're head of business development for us.
Yep.
And you've done your job, and you're going to be, obviously, we're going to reward you for that. And Jason, publicly, I think I've said a few times, I want to thank you for setting that up. You took a lead I had, and you worked it and worked it and worked it until it turned into, we're going to Dubai.
That was amazing.
You have to admit.
It was amazing.
All right. So for those of you who think that we just got started, we're just getting started.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, thank you so much. Skyla, can you give us a little bit of a joke before we leave?
Yeah, I have one. Okay, so there's this lady, let's say her name's Linda. She found out, or she heard, that if you take a bath in milk, your skin is very, like, beautiful and shiny. And so she asked her milkman to give her 15 gallons of milk. She put a note on her door. And he was confused. He said, there's no way she needs 15 gallons of milk. So he knocked on her door. He's like, do you need like 1.5 gallons of milk? Like, there's no way you could need 15. And she said, yeah, I need to take a bath in it. And he said, oh, okay, pasteurized. And she said, no, just up to my chest.
Pasteurized. That's good. Hey, everybody, if you can see it in my voice, if you can hear it in my voice, see it in my scruffy face. Although I'm tired, I'm completely committed more than ever. And the breakup of DPW All Global, where people did not believe for a second, we were scanning all the services out there. No one thought that, Todd's going to change the name of the company.
No way.
They thought, no, his ego's too big.
No way, I know.
We are all about building in DeFi, and we believe in the other businesses. So I want to be clear. The separation of those two businesses is because we think that's the fastest avenue to reward the shareholders. We're changing the name and the symbol of DPW to reward you immediately and make it clear to the market that we intend to be a player. And with 2-point-something exahash, we are a player. The installation path is something we're pretty proud of. The data center is something we're pretty proud of. I've been very clear on that. We are super appreciative of you being a shareholder of DPW All Global Holdings, the transition we made over time, and hopefully we'll all make money together. We're going to try to unlock that value over time.
Absolutely.
And reward you with a dividend. And by the way, if you just did the math, I wish I could tell you, but look at the size of Alt Alliance.
Look at it.
Look at the size. Do the work.
Yep.
Because I have. Anyways, we appreciate your time. Please consult your financial advisor. This show is for entertainment purposes. I am not recommending you buy anything that I buy. You don't have to buy what I buy. You don't have to sell what I sell. But we are appreciative that you watch the show. Jason, thank you so much.
Thanks, man.
All right, Brett,
Appreciate the opportunity.
Nick, everybody. We're going to have a good Thanksgiving. We'll see you Wednesday. We are going to do a show on Wednesday before Thanksgiving. We're going to have a little food here. Enjoy ourselves. Everybody take care. And thank you for being on the call this morning. Crack o' dawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see you Wednesday.
Thanks, everyone.